Hi everyone. Today I want to take a little bit of time to talk about my experience with migrating from Openclaw agent to Hermes agent. So I'll talk about that, and then I'll also cover a little bit about moving from cloud models like Anthropic to local models, and then early results that I'm seeing so far. So let's get started. So in my old architecture, I was using a MacBook Pro from 2020 to run Openclaw with Anthropic Sonnet. It was the first AI agent I installed back in late February. And then is it late February or late January? I can't remember anymore. But it does many things for me. It has many roles, including running my website, which is doing the software development and then also doing my research for me. So I figured, let's take the time to figure out, how can we improve this architecture? So in the old architecture, my OpenCloud workspace is pretty bloated, right? That was the first time I had been running an AI agent. I tried many, many things. So there's many things in there that are not needed anymore. The other main issue I had when it comes to research was with generating videos. So I do a research post on a topic, which goes and builds a very long article, and then goes in detail into the topic, and then also it writes or it generates a video at the end and uploads it to YouTube. That process, the generation of the video with FFmpeg was very slow. So I, took 30 to 40 minutes per video. So that limits the amount of work you can do. The other issue was that I was getting many API timeouts with OpenClaw and Anthropic combo that were very obscure and hard to debug, especially since I use many different models, right? So many models and different providers. So, that took a lot of time to go figure out, okay, what's broken again? What do I need to revive? What do I need to give more money to? So, that wasn't great. So the first evolution I want to do, or I wanted to do this morning, was to take away the role from the website maintainer from Openclaw to Hermes, and then also run it on my M3 M4 Mac Studio with 256 gigabyte of RAM using local model. Yes, I know I'm switching multiple things at the same time, but I also want to go for the target architecture that I want, which is Hermes, a local model, and a machine that can do the work. In this case, my Mac Studio. So you can see I have my Mac Studio here, Hermes on it, and in a role now to maintain my website, which is stored in GitHub. So let's see what that experience was. Keep in mind, I just started this migration this morning and it went really fast. So check this out. It's pretty cool. So in the morning when I wanted to move this role from OpenClaw to Hermes, I started my chat with my Hermes agent, which is running on my M3 and 4 Mac Studio. And I asked it, hey, are you working today? I typically ask all my agents if they're working because depending on configuration, upgrades, some of them might just not be working and have to debug. In this case, it was, it was working. So that was nice. I asked, are you the Hermes agent? Because I use other agents as well. It said yes. I asked it, can you do software development? It said yes, absolutely. So I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna read all of this. Yes, that's all I need. I showed it my website, and then I told it that, hey, I'm gonna give you the Git URL so that you can just maintain it. Did work. I gave it the Git URL. It went and cloned the repo. It inspected the architecture of the repo, and then gave me some summaries about that. That was all good. So then I asked it to run the server locally on the computer with hot reload, so I can go and check on it. right? Check the website as the agent is developing it. So that way it'll be fast for me. I run all my agents on Tailscale, not my agent, all my computers are on Tailscale. So that way I can access the website, away from home. I started this work at Starbucks, and then I was testing the website as I was driving back home to do this video. Ask it just to tell me when it's done, and it ran the command to run the hot reload website, and it is running over here. You can see quite easily. Boom. Telegram. So yeah, it worked. That was easy, right? And we're using Q135B, A3B, so looking good. Then I asked it to do the small rebrand on the website, and then it went and found all the areas where I was mentioning one engineer. I wanted to change it from mentioning one engineer to engineering team, because businesses don't like solo engineering setups. And it went ahead and implemented it. I had to do one back and forth when I still saw that the site had one engineer. I wasn't sure if the agent was done working or not, but just let it know, hey, saw something there. And then I went and tested the site. It looked good. Asked it to push the code. Told me what it did. I didn't read. And then I asked it to do a git push to production, which I did. And the code made it all the way to production. This is what it looked like before. I didn't refresh because I wanted you to see what it looked like before I did the small rebrand. Set one engineer here, one engineer, I didn't like that, local AI, okay, whatever. Boom, refresh, your AI engineering team, remove that and set 0 committees, I like that. Your dedicated AI team, beautiful. So that was pretty fast. This was done while I was working at Starbucks, as you said. 11:42 a.m. is when it I think it was all done, and we started. Go back up. 14, 13, 11, 12, give or take, to 11:42. So that's what less than half an hour, right? Pretty crazy, right? To switch architectures, right? To go from a MacBook Pro with Openclaw to Hermes, right, with a local model, and making a change to the website, deploy it under half an hour. I think that's pretty amazing. I'm very happy because now I don't have to worry about this old MacBook Pro with Openclaw with Anthropic anymore to maintain a simple website. Just go local, right? It works. That was pretty fast. So thank you to Hermes and Alibaba and open source. This is a great showcase of all open source technology. So pretty cool. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next episode.